You're listening to Just My Show, your number one source for pop culture.
So let's talk about your relationship between the relationship of Barry and Greg, and I'd imagine there's a lot of blurring of the two, at least in the public perception. Not many people more closely identify with a particular character than you, and not many people who have publicly embraced it as much as you have. I'd imagine, though, in your mind, maybe not quite as black and white. Walk me through sort of over the years how your feelings have evolved on how comfortable you are with that relationship.
Sure. I really, I was very active as a teen, even before the Brady Bunch came along. So I was really into doing television and guest starring on the different shows of the day, the FBI's and Mod Squads and Gomer Pyle, That Girls, It Takes a Thief, Marcus Welby, Mission Impossible, all kinds of shows. When the Brady Bunch came along, it was one of the few kind of like normal kind of kids that I played. And but I was happy to have a show that was a series. I didn't have to do so much auditioning. It was steady. I could learn a lot about it, and I was always proud of the show. I thought it was fine, fun, light, family entertainment. I didn't think it was particularly significant or important, other than the fact that the values I think were good, and it kind of showed everybody communicating and being a kind of a good role model. So I was always pleased with it. I enjoyed going to work. I always knew that even there is no show like the Brady Bunch. I mean, there's no family really like the Brady Bunch. That's kind of an ideal. So I was happy to do the show when it was over. I thought that was it. It was over. That was done, and I was now going to resume and go on to continuing to work on other television shows. I envisioned a film career, and I knew music was going to be important. And except what happened was there was, even then, so much identification with the character, with the Greg Brady character, that I was being blocked from going on other different kinds of auditions and interviews, because the casting directors want to see someone new. They want to see someone fresh. They want to discover somebody. And I've heard other series actors say it's kind of like being put out to pasture for a while. Well, it was during that time that I wasn't so crazy about Greg Brady. I didn't really want to be associated with it. I was, by the way, way cooler than Greg Brady. So I thought it would be better just to put that in the past, and I wasn't very happy about it. And then, as the years went on, I learned to kind of make peace with it, and also I developed a career outside of television in musical theater, and so I was able now to continue to work, and I wasn't being typecast in theater, and I was thriving there, and continue to work heavily in musical theater. And then I think somewhere around the time that MTV started spoofing the Brady Bunch, and it's kind of taken on like a second generation of viewers, or a generation that was nostalgic about it. That's when it started kind of being cool to be a Brady again.
For more, go to www.justmyshow.com.